Catch you up on a few stories that should be on your radar. Maybe they are. It's time for Rapid Fire. Here with their takes are Seema Modi, Leslie Picker, Kate Rogers. Let's start, Kate, with Domino's Pizza delivering very strong second quarter results. Whopping 16% surge in U.S. same-store sales. More Americans ordering pizza delivery takeout amid coronavirus lockdowns. Though Domino's is down a little bit today, but the shares are up 40% on the year. I guess we shouldn't be terribly surprised. People aren't eating out in restaurants, so they're dialing up and delivering. Yeah, that's right, Tyler. And one interesting thing that was mentioned on the call today is even as dining rooms are starting to open in cities and states around the country, they haven't really seen a drop-off in business. They also noted that people are ordering more. They're spending more money, seemingly potentially for leftovers. And as you mentioned, 16% comp in the U.S. That is remarkable, just given the staggering numbers and drops in business that we're seeing from other players in this space. But we talked about this earlier in the week. Domino's, also Papa John's, Chipotle, Wingstop, those have been really the four outperformers in the restaurant sector during this time, just because people are really relying on carryout and delivery. Once again, though, Domino's does this all on its own. No aggregators. And they said again today they're not planning to team up with anyone. They think that they can handle it alone. They don't see a reason to. We had a spirited discussion yesterday among the group on the flavored seltzers, the hard seltzers. I want to ask the assembled panel here, what do you do when you're ordering pizza? Local stores or Domino's or a chain? What do you do, Seema?
Well, Domino's has a mobile-friendly app. It's really intuitive. So if you're just wanting to order something, you need it within 20 minutes, you go with Domino's. If you're looking for quality, maybe you go for that neighborhood spot. And, of course, it also depends, Leslie, on where you live. Yes. If you have access, as many of us do in New York and New Jersey, to the world's best pizza. That's what I was going to say. Where I grew up in Kansas, you were kind of limited to the Domino's and the Pizza Huts and the Papa John's of the world. Now that I'm in New York City, there are so many different pizza options, so I opt for something local, something close to my apartment. We are going to do a rapid fire where we have a pizza taste test. Wait, do I get to weigh in here? Yeah, you get to weigh in. Go ahead, listen, Kate. As the restaurants reporter and also huge pizza lover, pizza would be my last meal before I die. Yeah. So I eat all kinds of pizza. I don't discriminate. I got to try everything, and I love it. So that's my answer. So let's go from eating pizza to Peloton, shall we? It's sort of the opposite ends of the spectrum here. Another stay-at-home name getting downgraded today, UBS, lowering its rating on Peloton to neutral, saying the run-up in the stock this year pushed its valuation too high and that it sees, quote, limited upside from current levels. It's really a valuation call, I suppose. Peloton shares have soared more than 100% so far this year as gyms remain closed due to coronavirus restrictions. Leslie, let's talk about Peloton. I don't know whether you have one. What do you think here? I do have one. Yeah. I've been using it a lot during the crisis, but I had it before the crisis. I think one of the key issues for Peloton during this stay-at-home trade situation has been the delivery backlog. Now that I'm a mom, I'm part of these mom Facebook groups, and you hear constantly from moms saying, does anyone have a used Peloton I can buy? Because if you order one right now, it can take weeks or even months to get them because they're in such high demand. That's something that, once gyms do start opening back up, it'll be interesting to see if Peloton can still benefit from that trend, especially since they're potentially losing orders for people that just don't want to wait 6 weeks for the bike to show up at their door. The gym business is going to be a tricky one because I think people are going to it's going to take a while for people to feel comfortable going back to the gym. I have a Peloton. The thing that has always been curious to me, and I've used it more than I thought. I got it roughly around Christmas last year. I've used it a lot more than I thought I would. The thing that has always been curious to me is that there is no barrier to entry particularly here, Seema. I mean, you can invent a bike just like the Peloton or largely like the Peloton and do what it does and probably undercut the price. And SoulCycle did. They came out with a competitor, stay-at-home bike that you can buy that is at a similar price point, I believe, to the Peloton bike. And so you're right, the barrier to entry is low, but God, you look at the stock, I mean, the pandemic saved Peloton. It IPO'd at 29 a share, then went to 18 right at the height of the pandemic, and now it's at, 62? So it just speaks to how a lot of people think, I mean, I know this is a valuation call, but a lot of people think that this sort of workout at home concept is here to stay. Well, I hope, Kate, that some of those instructors there, like Robin Arton and
Arzon.
Robin,
Somebody
I love
corrected me in
Robin.
the air. Somebody knew it. They knew it. And who's the one? There's a good one there. Allie Love. She's very good.
I
hope they
Allie.
got stock, Kate, in that company.
Yeah, me too. But you know what, Tyler? I just think moving forward, as Seema mentioned, this is going to be a huge play just because the gym will be changed forever. And even when it's safe, how comfortable are people going to feel going back? So whether it's a Peloton or perhaps something that's a bit cheaper, who knows, maybe they could come out with lower priced equipment, which has been spoken about. You know, I think more and more people will be willing to invest if they've got the space and the money to have things at home and have that option.
I do the yoga on my computer with a guy named Dennis Morton. He's really, really good. He's fantastic. Look, Leslie's smiling. She knows Dennis.
I do that. Yep, I've done Dennis's yoga classes too.